Well, that's cool. So, any topics? Any hot topics? Anything you wanted to go over?
Well, with the beginning of fall, I am finally planning on starting to do some more baking.
Oh, snap.
So I thought we could talk about some of our favorite fall dishes that we enjoy when, you know, summer's starting to finally cool down and people can use their ovens without feeling like they're gonna die in their own home.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but like North Carolina right now is basically, we're about 83 right now. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It's really annoying. North Carolina has this like unique capability of having like the oceans. We have like basically oceanside. So we have a coast. We have a coastline. We have plain lands. We have mountainous areas. And we also have like, the only thing we don't have are like deserts. We also have like every type of like natural disaster with the exception of earthquakes. And for some reason, like I used to go to NC State, like we would, like there would never, like the weather forecaster would never be able to call the right day for like rain. And I don't know what it is, but it's just like, we're just not getting into fall. I don't even know if we're going to get into fall. Like I know it's like the first day of fall. What was it? Today, actually?
I think yesterday was
today or yesterday. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Whatever it was, it didn't feel like we're approaching it at all. So I don't know. It's really annoying. Actually, I kind of want it to cool down. Fall is like my favorite.
Yeah, on Friday here in Northern Illinois, it was 87 or something like that here.
Yeah.
And and even Saturday, it was still in the low 80s. And I can tolerate high heat. It's when it's hot at night that I'm miserable. Like I need to cool off to get to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm naturally a very warm person, anyways, and so having to deal with that bull crap when I'm trying to sleep.
Like how you call it, like
miserable.
Ambient heat is bullcrap. That's a good thing to think of. It's a good way to think about it. Yeah, I think it's pretty much bullshit too.
I'm a winter person. You give me like 35, 40 degree weather as a high, and like 20s as the low, and I'm perfectly fine. I can wear shorts, I can wear flip flops, and I'm fine until it starts like severely getting constantly at or below zero. Then I'll start wearing proper winter clothes.
I just don't like it when it's wet. Like if it's raining all the time, I can't stand that shit. But if it's like a dry cold, like I'm all for that. It was like that when I was in Japan during high school, and I don't know. Like it's just this is easily like the best time of the year in my opinion because of like all the trees changing and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, we have one tree in my backyard that I can actively see the leaves turning, just that like almost lime green color where they're not quite yellow. They're not really green anymore though. So
yeah.
Anyway, so I am planning on making my famous meatloaf this coming weekend.
Oh, wait. I mean, are you okay with like sharing some of the details? Like,
yeah.
Like a family secret or something like that? Okay, go ahead.
No, it's not really a family. I don't believe in that kind of bullshit because that's how recipes get lost, because the only person in the family who knows it ends up having a heart attack and dies.
Oh my god.
Because spoilers, their secret is like lard or something.
Yeah.
And no, seriously.
No, it's not good for the arteries anyway.
I can't tell you how many times that's happened in either my mom or my dad's side of the family. Is somebody has this my grandmother's recipe for fudge. My uncle only knew it because he poked and prodded my grandma until she finally gave it up, because he's like, "Ma, what happens if you die?" And nobody else has, because she never wrote it down. Mm-hmm. She refused to write it down because she's like, "This is my fudge recipe. Aunt Marilyn's not gonna steal my recipe this time."
Yeah.
And so my uncle knew it, and he finally wrote it down. So now I have the fudge recipe, and I just put it in the group chat with all the cousins, and I'm like, "Look, I don't think it's good to hide these recipes from people. I hardly ever see y'all, So here, just take the damn thing and make it. Just, hey, return the favor and give us some of the recipes that y'all have been hoarding.
Yeah.
Instead
most
of,
people are trash at making food, though, so they don't usually have anything valuable to trade.
Yeah, that's very true. That's one of the very few very practical skills that I have is I know how to cook. So anyways, my meatloaf recipe is about a pound each of a good fatty beef, pork, and lamb. And the lamb is the most important part because it adds that I don't want to quite say gamey, but there's a different texture and flavor profile that lamb adds to any kind of meat that it's a part of, that it's not the primary component of, that it's different. And so that's why, and I always make a big fat old loaf of meatloaf, obviously with 3 pounds of meat. Yeah. And then the other big thing that I do besides that is different from other kinds of meatloaf, you know how some people will put raw onions in their meatloaf?
Yeah.
And then you end up crunching down, and it's like, some people don't like that texture, like me. I don't like the texture of hard cooked onions.
I'll fuck up some onions anyway they come. I'm being real. I'm being real with you. Yeah, I could totally eat them like an apple. I'm weird.
My sister can do that, or she could. I don't know if she still does, but she used to. But so I make a mess of grilled onions, and I mix those into my meatloaf. Because then because the onion flavor is great. I love the onion flavor. I don't like adding onion powder because the flavor profile of the onion powder is not the same as real onions being used.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the same.
Yeah. So I just grill my onions just like I'm making French onion soup or grilled onions for burgers. The same exact process. And then I just fold them into the meat. And then I usually end up adding cheese to the sides of my meatloaf, because then when all that fat drips out, it'll make a good crust on the edge of the loaf.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that does sound...
Yeah, it's really good. Everybody's like, Leela, this is such a good meatloaf. What do you do? And I'm like, I'm patient with it. I also slow cook it. My oven usually is only at 250, and then I take the cover off when it's mostly done, and then I brown the top. It's nothing. It's so weird. People think oh, this must be such a complicated recipe, and I'm like, no, it's involved. It's not like, I'll never understand people who they'll just take ground meat, bread, and egg, and a few spices, mix it up, and throw it in the oven. And yes, that is technically a meatloaf, but what you're really making is you're making a meatball.
Yeah.
It's just loaf shaped.
It's a big meatball. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if I want a meatball, I'll use a muffin tin.
Yeah.
But if I want a meatloaf, I want it to have a distinct flavor profile that is not meatball.
Yeah, no, that's, I kind of wish, whenever I think of the holidays, I only ever think of the desserts, but I just realized that there aren't any sort of, specific desserts associated, or at least with my family, with autumn and winter holidays. I don't know if there's supposed to be any, but usually whenever people get together, there's it's almost the same food. It's just a shitload of it, So I don't know. I always like to make Cajun food, or I always do red beans and rice, or gumbo, or I don't know. There are a few other things that pop up, but I don't know. It's just it never really turns into a seasonal thing, which is kind of, damn. If I could travel overseas, I can, but if I could have a lot of money and not worry about having any credit card debt because of it, I would totally travel overseas to just probably go to either Japan or Taiwan just for their seasonal stuff, because I keep seeing these holiday things pop up on my For You page and on my what do you call it, on my Instagram, and they're talking about like Japanese Christmas, and they're like, dude, we're less than 100 days away. Mariah Carey's going to be showing up everywhere, and I don't know. I just keep seeing all this like great stuff about holiday cooking and stuff like that over there. So yeah, kind of wish it was slightly different, but
see, in my family, it's like cooking, and the we'll just call it what it is. The breaking of bread is really the only function that brings my family together.
Mm.
Like, it's either that or it's funerals.
Yeah.
And I try to focus more on, like, having people over for, like, meals, because it gets really depressing when I only see family members when somebody passes away. Because, you know, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, or at least I like to think that that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely.
But, like, one of the big ones one of the big things that I would say that we make that is a fall specific but not holiday specific dessert is pumpkin bars.
Oh, so pumpkin bars sound dope as shit. What is that? Is that like a pumpkin pie in like fudge form or something?
No. Oh, okay. So have you ever had pumpkin cake with like cream cheese frosting?
I've had pumpkin cake, and I don't think I've ever had cream cheese frosting on it now.
Okay, why don't you share your screen and we can go to Google and we can look up. So I want you to look up pumpkin cake first.
Okay, hold on.
And then we can look at pumpkin bars, because the way my family does pumpkin bars is not the same way a lot of other places will tell you how to do pumpkin bars.
Yeah.
Because it's more like, you know, like how pound cake is very dense cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, come on. I need to recharge my freaking mouse.
Pumpkin. You said pumpkin cake.
Pumpkin cake.
Oh, dude, I'm such a fat ass. Jesus Christ. I saw all this and I was just like, damn, I need to.
So Illinois is the #1 producer in the world of wax candy corn.
Ugh.
They'll put them and how much? Those are so gross.
Why the fuck would you put chocolate chips on top of it? It's gonna make me frustrated.
I mean, yeah, you don't need all of that. People do.
Sweet tooth.
Well, the cheesecake, the cream cheese frosting is pretty sweet.
Okay.
But we always make it very.
Oh.
Mitsuba place that I told you about, in a blanket, but it's definitely much higher quality. And they put, dude, this is weird. This is wild. And then I tried it, and I'm like, oh, this actually works.
Like a walkable.
And I don't feel like I need to have actual ketchup.
Like there are certain parts of the.
And like even going into Chicago, it surpasses anywhere, even in Chicago. And it just has. Oh yeah, that's Aaron Wilson in that.
Sounds like a Klingon.
It's like Middle Eastern. Like they're not used to not looking both ways or what, but you always hear about them almost getting head, and it's so scary.
So like a Northeast Asian representation.
Yeah.
There's
and
always
there's
like
no
a small
Russian
sprinkle. Yeah. Barley, canola, spring wheat, soybean, potato, pasture orchard, oat mixed with.
You and Raleigh.
And the Wright brothers and Michael Jordan. This kind of looks ridiculous. Like we have areas like this in the right way. Anyway, I could basically like look out and see all over the.
We have quite a few different festivals and stuff.
What the fuck?
Like we have Polish Fest.
What is happening here?
St. Patty's Day.
Okay.
We dye the river green.
Oh, okay.
It's a natural dye. It's okay.
I thought that shit was fucking dirty as hell, dude. Like,
no, it's just radioactive waste.
Dude, that's it.
I love my mom.
Jazz legends, influential, rich cultural like artifacts and buildings. But then when I think about, I swear to God, they need more photos on these websites. Damn it, children.
A lot of these people are really old.
Chicago.
Okay.
Is it like something? I know that like in our history.
Part of town.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's gorgeous.
There's like one for every single day. Dude.
in September, just September.
November. Oh, dude.
Good food. Garlic, like it's basically garlic with mascarpone cheese. Catalina, that's what it's called. It is spelled, and I mean, I think when we went there, if we didn't have a discount, it probably would have been about $120 a person. America's
Dude.
Top Chef. Yeah.
Is this the there's this
I think at the
I don't know why, but I've been obsessed with cheese.
cheese is great.
Cheese in France. Love it.
And
you said it was a town called where?
Monroe, Wisconsin.
2,000 pounds
And
of cheese curd. How the Dutch make Gouda. Okay. Oh my God.
And good fishing.
Yeah, I only like fishing when I can eat the fish after. There are people who go out. Yeah. But it's actually like a real place, and it's like really he wants to walk into the elevator, and then there's like basically a set behind the amazing. I thought it was like
you're wrong.
And like only like that had to have inspired like Black Mirror and like every other than parodies that obviously commentate on like real world.
I think is the capital,
there are some places
and
like
I've
Belgium
always
and stairs, and it goes up, and on the like at the upper floors, there'll be. I don't like hyper dense. Like there's a dense city planner. I can't remember, but what is it like? The Madrid super block, and it was basically like they were breaking down. Yeah. And it didn't used to happen. I feel like it just started happening. Like it just started. No. That sounds kind of weird. All right, y'all. Be cool. Stay in touch.